Hello, it's Coy, and welcome to the Eclectic Cottage. And welcome to the Junkety Junk Journal in August. Using up your stash. I'm pretty happy with the way it's going so far. We were able to put more than a few things in our journal. Using up things that have been, there's things in here that have been, hanging around for way too long. And now they have a home. And some things are just ginormous things. And I was digging a little further in the stash today, and I wanted to say a couple of things. Let me put these back. First of all, I did a video the other night about breaking into, I'm going to just show you this real quick, but I'm not going to leave it up because of this glare. This is the Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady, Edith Holden, the grail of junk journaling books, right? Well, I have two of these. This one's older, and then I don't think that the one that's newer, I don't feel like the pages are as old and buttery and heavy and nice. I'm gonna have to compare them, but I don't remember it being as nice. And I didn't pay much for this one. Like very little. I paid very little for this one. Surprisingly little. But breaking into it, it's just been sitting on the shelf. And it was I specifically collected it to use in junk journal. And just really had trouble thinking about, about breaking into it. So what I did, I just, I just snipped the threads out of the middle of a signature and took a few pages, and I was so tired. Sometimes I have trouble sleeping at night, so I come in here to the art room, and I had turned on the camera, and anyway, I did make one collage. I'm going to, I don't know if we have to see it right now, but when we run across it, I'll show it to you again, probably in this video. I did put a centerfold into the center of one of the signatures, and I made a big pocket out of it. But the reason I'm even mentioning it is because, we get these things specifically for junk journaling. We sit them on a shelf. I am not a book collector. I don't want to be, a collector of history. But when you look at these, sometimes it's just really hard to think about breaking into them for the first time. This must be the signature I broke into. But I say let's do it. That's what this particular, journaling style is about. We're using up the stash, the things that, we get for junk journaling, and we end up, using other stuff. So I, for one, am going to use mine. I broke into this, and I plan on doing some more Edith Holden pages in this book and in books to come. And this is another one. This, my friend Tina Pfeiffer, it came from Tina Pfeiffer in Oregon. I am not a book collector. I am not a history collector, but this particular book is a student thesis. You can see it hand typed. Okay, it's a student thesis from 1930 something. Anyway, it's from the 30s. Does it say 1939? Okay, it's under the supervision of School of Economics, the University of Oregon, in fulfillment to the requirements for the degree of a Master of Arts. Well, the person, James Keefe Goss. James evidently was Tina's husband's great uncle. And everything has a story, you know. I love knowing the backstory on things. So she told me that, you know, that he was her husband's great uncle, and that this is his college thesis. They were dairy farmers from, you know, from back in the day, World War II, I believe. And this is all typed. It's typed with a typewriter. Anyway, him and his brother, his younger brother, were both killed in a tragic accident before he finished college. So it's kind of a sad story, but his parents held on to this for way too long, and I mean, not way too long, but, you know, forever. And now it's mine. And it's hard to think about just ripping these pages out and using them. I wish you could feel what they feel like. It feels like they're textured. They're textured pages. They have, you know, the natural patina, because it's from the, you know, about 40. So 60, 70, 80. It's about 80 years old. It's in perfect condition. Would you feel like breaking into it? You know, and it's not like we pay a lot for these books or anything, but they have such beauty. And, you know, this is about feed, about how much it costs to feed the animals, and, you know, the cost of being a dairy farm. They were dairy farmers. And that's not of, you know, of extreme interest to me or not. But the pages, look at this. I like that page specifically. Anyway, look for me to be breaking into this, but not this second. I gotta build up a little courage. What do you have hiding in your stash? What's in your stash that you have not quite wanted to break into yet? This is another thing. This came from my friend Anna in Portugal, and I don't know where it came from, but I just feel like it's a really special piece to me, and I want to get it a home in the journal. This it came in this little envelope to protect it, but it's not big enough, so I want to create something that it can slide into better. Maybe we can use vellum or something where you can, you know, see the entire piece, because I think it's outstanding. Don't you? It's an outstanding piece, and it's just floating around my craft room, and I want to give it a home. I want to give it a home, maybe in the Mozart. Maybe we'll put it somewhere in the Mozart file. Mozart. Speaking of Mozart, we need to do something about our ginormous belly side tuck that's going into Mozart. So let's take a look at that now. Okay, I think this is the perfect size for an 8.5 by 11 page. So we could put it here. Yeah, let's put it here. And I'm not particularly thrilled. What's on the other side? Oh, this is the fly page of a book, the front page of a book. I'm not particularly thrilled or attached to this image in any way. This is just a piece of fabric from a shirt that I'd put on the scanner when I first got my printer. I just put it on the scanner just to try out the scanner to make sure that it worked. And I wasn't thrilled with the fact that I printed it on the beigey paper. It should have been printed on white for it to have been, you know, brighter. So I'm not too attached to it. So I'm thinking maybe we can, let's try out a few things. Let's audition a few things. No. Maybe this has red in it. Okay, that was easy. All right. There we go. That was easy. All right, Mozart. Every time I see that, I want to say, ooh, you love Mozart. I'll have to get the lyrics to that song and put it somewhere in that book, because every time I see it or say it, I think about that little phrase in that song. Okay, I do have my Avery glue stick again, yay. And let me use this for a glue, since it's sitting right here. This paper is already kind of distressed around the edges. It's a photocopy of a piece of ledger paper, blank ledger paper. I keep a little storage of a little folder on my iPad of things like this that I like to use for background, so I can, you know, print them out whenever I so desire. Oh, yeah, the glue. If you have a scanner, you can do the same, as long as you're not copying, as long as you're not scanning and copying things with copyright. Okay, we don't want to do that. Copyright, you know, copyright should be respected in this art and any art. Things have a copyright on them for a reason. It means don't copy them. All right, Chuck. Where are you, Chuck? No Chuck? Here you are. I see you hiding. You can run, but you can't hide. I'm not really crazy. I had to lift the camera up higher because of the large format journal pages that we're working on, so that you can see the whole thing. Otherwise, I kept going off screen so often. And I don't really like the fact that you can see so much of this side of the desk. That's the messiest side. It's all messy, but that's the messiest side. Okay, now let's clean this up a bit. We could just fold this up. No, or trim it off. Yeah. This is a scrappy, yeah, I'm gonna leave that. I don't mind that. This is a scrappy little journal just with, you know, for scraps and such, but, and I find myself still, you know, not being able to really embrace that. I was originally inspired. I mean, this is really the reason that we junk journal, is to use up all this junk. But I was originally inspired, you know, last week or so when I started the new journal, inspired by Lynn at a bit of Birdsong, and she just uses such reckless abandon when she is journaling in her junk journals. She just glues stuff on, and you know, she doesn't worry about perfection, and she splatters things and she does things, and I find myself, you know, even though this is a junky junk journal, I still find myself using the same practices and techniques that I would if it was a regular journal. So we'll see. I guess you do you and I'll do me, right? Alrighty. And we have our, at this point, I think I'm going to glue all three sides because we can fit anything pretty huge in there. We don't need the extra, you know, the extra room. I'm not just going to, sometimes on a tuck like this, all you have to do is just that one side and then, you know, tuck things in. But because this is so large, we can tuck something large into it if it's a pocket, not a tuck. I like it. I like it. Just yesterday, this giant tuck spot felt so ridiculous. It's so large, it just felt ridiculously large. You know, not for nothing, we could, probably, if with one just a little bit wider than that. Well, I don't know. Need to decide what to do with this. I want to have a good home for it. Doesn't have to be right now, but a good home's coming. Okay, and this is another pack of stuff that I want to figure out something to do with. All these letters probably go in a, well, they'll probably go in a lot of places. What is this? This is a handwritten music score. let's see what we can be inspired by. We could probably just break out the glue stick and start gluing. Can you see this is so large? I don't know. My camera's in a good spot. We can use that somewhere. It looks like the cover of a hobby magazine from 1955. 1955. That's a romantic scene. Inspiration does exist, but it must find you working. Oh, that's pretty. It must be a fly page from a book. Let's put that somewhere. I don't know if things are written in Spanish or if they're in French or Italian. I definitely want to use some of the blue. I just love this blue so much. So let's find some of this that we don't mind using up. I'll hold on to that. This must be the front cover of the book. That flower is beautiful. Okay. I really want to use some of the blue. I hate tearing things. I hate breaking into things, but this is what we have it for. Very fragile paper. I'll have to be careful. No idea how old it is, but it's old. Cute. That should really be saved to a Mexican journal or a Latin journal. Journal. Oh, that's kind of cute. This must be costumes. Fashion ladies or costumes? There will be a decision that has to be made when this gets used. This gorgeous piece of old ledger. Now I better Oh, look at that. My scanner doesn't scan this large scale like this. What do you all do when you have, you know, do any of you have any experience with scanning things that are super large? I guess just taking a really good photograph of them would be the way to go. Or maybe if we just, you know, collage them. I kind of want to use that. Okay. I don't know what to do. Maybe my son-in-law is a photographer. And I keep thinking maybe I'll bring some of these things over to him and let him photograph them so I can scan them and then use them more than once and maybe share them. I don't think I'm the only one that would like to have that in their journal. That's kind of cool, cute. Okay. Okay, we pulled out a couple of things that we can work on. This is old, but probably sturdy enough to use as, what, like an envelope or something? Like, not an envelope, a folder. Pocket. A tip-in pocket. This was an oopsie. This is in the, I printed you wrong file. If you ever print something from the UK or something, make sure that you're sizing it to 8.5 by 11 instead of to their A4 or whatever they call their paper size. Otherwise, it's going to be too short. It's going to get cut. Pieces are going to get cut off. Our papers get shorter than theirs. It's wider and shorter. All right, I'm going to back that page just to protect it a little bit. What do we have? All right, the more layers we add, the heftier or the heavier our journal is going to get, but I want to protect this paper a little bit. So I'm going to back it, and then I'm going to use this for the back side of the, the pocket. How's that? Okay, so how is everybody doing? I'd be interested to know what you have going on your desk. It's 103 degrees here again today. It's a lot. I know there's some severe weather going on in the east, and some of that is supposed to make its way in our direction. Although we don't need severe weather. My friend Mortimer in Atlantic City, he has was under tornado watch earlier. Not fun. So I'm not hoping for that kind of severe weather, but if we do have a little bit of weather, it may break our heat wave. We have been under severe heat alert for weeks on end now. And it's dry here. I finally understand for the first time in my life what they mean by a dry heat. Like, people complain in Florida, oh, it's only, 90 degrees here, but it feels so much hotter than it does where I live, where it's 115 degrees. That never made sense to me, but now it kind of does. Now that we're living through it, and I'm here where there's, it's dry, and I'm from South Florida, so I know what it's like. It rains every day there this time of year. It rains every day, so the humidity is so high that, you are sweating the minute you walk outside. And here, right now, Louisiana is known for its humidity too. It's usually pretty humid here, but we're not getting any rain. And because of that, we have a dry heat, which is bad. 103 isn't good no matter how you look at it. But 103 feels like 103, where, 94 might feel like 103 in South Florida. So I get it. I never paid much attention to it before, but that, makes a little bit of sense, I guess. I don't remember exactly what she called them, but my friend Teresa, my friend T, lives in near Phoenix, and they've been in like 110, 150. They've been in incredibly high heats for a while now, and she said that they get these high wind dust storms, and she showed a picture of it. She showed me a little video of what it's like, and it is, I can't even believe what it's like. All right, this was not the intent here. You have all that red dust. I forgot what they're called. It has a name. I've never heard of it before. But it's an awful storm that blows all across the land, all across the desert. It blows red dust. I can't imagine you can even, one would even survive an outing in that. How you could even walk to the car or into the grocery store with all that nonsense going on. You better stay inside. our bodies were not designed to withstand the kind of weather that we've been getting. The coldest colds and the hottest hots and the stormiest storms. Mudslides and the forest fires and the king tides in Florida. We've been getting these king tides where the water is coming, you know, across the highway from the beach. It's coming, you know, inland so much further than it ever has before. And I guess, you know, you've always heard them say that sooner or later Florida will be underwater. I guess that could be a reality. All right. He's cute. I don't think that's wide enough for our hinge. Do we have something else? Is this long enough? Well, yes, it is. All right, so this is what's going on with my journal. I'd be interested to know what's going on with yours. If you know, whether you're doing a junkety junk journal or a different kind. It's always fun to know what the other guy's doing. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to link the Facebook group to my YouTube channel directly. I got some kind of notice that said that I had to wait until I've been doing this a little bit longer in order to put direct links like that. So maybe my channel will grow, or maybe I will figure out, maybe there's a workaround and, you know, I'll just have to figure out how to get it done. If anybody has any, you know, I think that Louise, you might, I know you link your Facebook group to your YouTube channel. Maybe you have some advice or something that would help without me having to do a ton of research. There's so many things I need to research. There's so many things that have to be researched. All right, let's put a little divot here. So many things that have to be researched, and I had just decided from the beginning, from the get-go, that I was going to give myself the grace of my first 100 videos before I started worrying too much about having to figure everything out, all the details. I figured that a lot of it would just come, you know, naturally, come organically as we're moving our way along here. How about here? I think that might be okay, right there. I like it. All right, hobby. What's this? Oh, that's a belly band. Okay. And I doubt this guy's staying in here from 1989, but he's there for right now with this little slingshot. All right, so that's one. And do we have time for one more? Okay, let's try and get this. I don't want to, I'm gonna make a journal card out of this one, but I might not be able to do that on camera. This paper is so fragile that I don't really want to make a pocket or anything out of it. I just kind of want to use it up. No, but a pocket would probably make sense. Maybe I will glue it on, just glue it in to give it a home, and then put a different kind of pocket on the front, maybe a lace pocket or something. There's an idea. Am I overthinking it, y'all? I don't know how to do anything else. I'm just doing it by whatever I get inspired by. No real rhyme or reason. Very fragile. Very old, very fragile. All right, let's put the glue on the page. I think would be easiest. Always glue your smallest item. And this gigantic page happens to be my smallest item. So let's glue it up. So pretty. Let's smooth things out, Chuck. Clean up our edges. Okay, pretty. And then we'll maybe put a lace pocket or something on here. Maybe down the edge, who knows? All right. And maybe we have time for the journal card too. It's just going to be a simple one. This is an old book page, and this is a fly page from a book. think I'm going to do it on this side because I kind of like the aging over there. It's from an old book from Portugal. It's in with the stuff Anna sent. Okay, and we have a nice large size journal card to put in one of our oversized pockets. We can decorate it as we choose when it's time to put it in the book. All right, very good. That was 3 things. We did a few things. Chi-Chi, do you need something, sweetheart? I'm almost finished with the video. Wait for me. Okay, we did this. We did that. And what else? We added, the, Chi-Chi's ready for the video to be over. And we added this giant hobby envelope. I keep calling it an envelope. It's a pocket. All right, very good. We're going to call it a wrap. Chi-Chi is, seems to be calling the shots here at the moment. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. Thank you for being here. And I'll see you real soon.